After building a login system, CRUD operation, file upload system, and CAD functionality, I think it's finally time to combine everything into one simple real-life project. In this video, I'm starting with a mini e-commerce platform using PHP and MySQL, not just to practice backend, but also to challenge myself to build complete system from scratch. This project will include authentication system, product management, CAD functionality, admin dashboard, file uploads, and more as the project grows. I still run into bugs, confusion, and debugging problems sometimes, but honestly, that's part of the journey. So if you also into backend development, let's grow and build together. So as you can see, right, I've made my decision. Think about the pages that I need to include. So my front end pages will be home. My front end pages will be home, about shop details, card, and admin pages will be this. Because for the admin pages, I'm gonna need to upload images, put some information about the mini platform, right? So I need the admin, and this is what the user can do. You have to map it out all in order to proceed. So I wouldn't think that much. So user could browse through products. Users can add products on card or remove items, and same users could proceed to make checkout. So after making checkout, information are going to be sent to the admin dashboard or email or whatever. But then I'm going to think of something much better to do. Information are going to be sent to admin dashboard, so the admin could see and make delivery to the person who just made the payment. The next step two is you're gonna go with pages to start with. So I can't just go on randomly and start creating different pages, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna proceed with this manually. So I'm gonna build these pages first, because these pages are mostly the required ones for the system to work. I need a registration page, and I need a login page after registration to test if the registration did work. I need add items in the admin dashboard to see if items could be added. I need shop to see if the items were added successfully, and so forth. So then I develop my database design. Well, there ain't so much complexity here, like foreign keys and others, right? There ain't no complexity here, so we just go with something simple like users table, items table, and others table. Here is the user admin information for login credentials. Here information about the goods, about the product to be pasted in that system. Here is the information, customer information that will be here. So let's proceed. So first off, I'm gonna start with my database design from here. So I'm gonna start with my database design. I'm gonna keep this aside, focus on PHP my admin. We're inside my drawer now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy my information from here. So I'll just paste them all at once so I could see what I'm writing. I've copied them, so I'll just paste them here at once. That way I could know what I'm writing. So I'm gonna start from above. I'm gonna create my table. Create table. Create database. My bad. Platform. I think it's much better off. Use platform. Use platform. Create table. So my first table is users. So users are which is auto increment and will automatically be primary key. I'm going to implement the primary key here. This one going to be username, which is going to be voucher. Let's put it to 100. The one going to be email, same voucher, 50. I know there are several emails there. You never knew which email, because I wouldn't think an email could be longer than 50 characters. I don't know how that email gonna look like, and if the person is gonna remember that email or something sort of. So I'm gonna just proceed with my password, same voucher. With things like when password gets to be encrypted, right, using hashing method in PHP, so perhaps we could use something like 200 characters, because when it's hash, there's something within timestamp, right? Like there's timestamp within that hashing, so that in case two password could hash the same time, and you're gonna produce different things, because hashing has its own way of doing things. So let's just proceed back. Created a let's see, date time. Let's use date time here. Default. And that's all for the users table. We won't close it and proceed with the other table. Create another table.
I think the commands are pretty much the same, right? So I'm just gonna skip it all through so we could go quickly.
Alright, as you can see, I'm done with the database design, right? So I've created my table, this platform. Alright, I've got to close it right here. Did close it. Just close that thing. Okay, yeah, I haven't added a comma. And here, no comma. Alright, like everything looks right. Okay, I haven't declared my data type, which is int. That okay, so everything working good now. Okay, let's see if it runs. I made a mistake here, like there ain't no T, so I'm gonna add my T. Platform, everything complete. Like where you see the mistake we still make, all those things, you still gotta like push, go through it and stuff like that. But nevertheless, man, we're gonna proceed like till the end, right? So I'm done with my database creation right now. So what I'm gonna do is go into my VS Code and start writing commands based on what I've written here. So I'm gonna put this out from my platform so I could see the various tables in it and stuff like that. So I'm going to my users table because that's the first thing I'm hoping to start with, right? So I'm going to my users table. I have the username, email, and whatever. So I'm gonna get into VS Code and start working. So first off, I said I'm gonna create my login page, registration page. My bad. One thing before getting to create my registration page, I need to create my config page. That's probably one of the best things, because it contains your database credential, your connection, like gets to establish a connection between the file, the folder, and database. So I'm gonna create my folder, include folder. Then within I'm gonna create my config file. So I'm gonna get database credential first. So since I'm using PDO, right? I'm using PDO method. At first I was using MySQL, but I later noticed MySQL is kind of weird as compared to PDO, though it wasn't easy with the process of transitioning, but I just had to proceed and go through. And now I'm cool with it, but I've forgotten most about MySQL. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to declare my variables. Since I'll be using XAMPP, so automatically it's going to be localhost. So what I did here was creating my database credential. This is the connection needed for the database to be connected to my folder. Here is localhost root password. XAMPP doesn't have a password set as of now, so I'm gonna leave it to empty. It's when it's being hosted to a professional hosting platform like Hostinga or whatever, then it's gonna be empty. Database name platform, as you all know, the name of my database was platform, right? So DB name is gonna be platform. Try catch method. It's a way to declare something like if this didn't work, if this process didn't work, then this process gonna go through. It's like if else statement, but it's kind of in a different way. Get message gonna declare, like you're gonna highlight what's wrong. You're gonna highlight what's wrong with your code or whatever. So let's proceed. This is it. Database credential config page. So before proceeding, I make sure like I've written something like an algorithm, piece of code for back-end developers. We always use this most of the times because it gets to bring out the psychology behind the system, like what goes on behind the system. Without this, you just coding blindly. That could put you in some problems with which you're gonna go somewhere and literally notice you kind of stuck, or you need to research something. But with this, it's more kind of clearer, right? I ain't saying you could still get stuck with the system, but what I'm saying is with this system it's more kind of clear with what you're doing. So I'm gonna start with what I do is creating my form first, because like I did create a database first, right? So what I'm saying, if I'm creating my form, right? If I'm creating my form, I know what I'm sending into users. I know what I'm sending from form. I know what I'm sending from form to from here to here, from form to PHP validation. So PHP gets to receive information, validate it, and before sending it into the database. So I'm gonna come check out my database table so I could keep them in here, and I'll copy them and bring them over here so I'll know what I'm doing. VS auto increment, so I don't really need it. What I need is username, password, and I don't really need it because it has a default. It has the default statement. So what I need is password, email, and username. So what I'm going to write here is registration page method. I'm going to use post method, since it comes with them login credentials or the registration credentials. I'm going to need to make it like more secure. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use label. Alright, I've written the most essential part, right? So I'm going to take this one out. So from here, what we're going to do is, as you can see, I've got this place secured. I've written this already. 1, 2, 3, top notch. Based on my algorithm, here is how I'm going to proceed. So I'm going to use request method, like if request method is server request method equal post. So what I did here was, if request method, like if this page is being asked, like if this information within this flow, whatever I'm gonna write here, right? If the information, like if the request method is, if the page is being request using post, right, then this information will go through, and this is an answer, and this, which is both of the statements must be correct, right? Which means I said post btn must be correct, and this must be correct as well. I said post btn, what it means, this button, whenever this page is being accessed using post method, and this button like is present in the system, because if you take a copy URL, a login URL and paste it somewhere, right, without this button being present, it's gonna like pass all the pages of the code, so all the line in between those context of the code. Like what? Let me show you what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna receive your names. I'm gonna create the various variables, which, yeah, those are my 3 variables. As you can see, I give it the name pass instead of password, because I know I'm gonna create the real password somewhere. This here is something like just a placeholder, a variable for this password, but I'm gonna create a password when it's being hatched, right? So I go on with if not empty, username. One thing I forgot to do is create my error variable. I did even forgot how to do. I hope this is the right way, because I think like I forgot how to write this. What am I doing here? Yeah, please fill in, or if this one is present and present. Like, I'm wrong, bro. Sorry, I'm wrong. You're supposed to be here, because based on my statement, right, it's saying if these are empty, then you should print out this. And once you print out this, it means the page stops reloading, right? Nothing goes forward, like nothing below goes forward again. It just stops from there. So, but if I've added this thing here, I'm saying like if it's present, because not empty is present, right? If something is not empty, it means it's present, and if it's empty, it means it's not present. So what happened here was, if I'm using this thing, I'm saying if it's present, which is more of this one and this one comes together, it's more of I said. If it's present, like I use up here I said, which means it's gonna be present. So I wouldn't use this. I wouldn't use this as well. Or I should just rather much include their email as well. It's filling all fields, right? And I need to validate the email right now. I always forgot how to do this thing, this thing where you get to validate email, make sure the email being sent is being sent in the right format, because there are several types of email: professional emails, business email, fraud email, and whatever. So you need to make sure like the email that is being inputted here is in the right standard, right? So I've forgotten for real, but I think I could. It says something like filter var. Yeah, something like this, and I'm supposed to put this thing right here. And I'm supposed to give a command, right? Something like filter var email. Validate something. I've forgotten. I don't know. Filter var email. Or validate. Okay, is it filter validate email? I send it. Yeah, that's it. Complete. So I'm good to go. And what I'm saying here, what I'm gonna model for proceed is if empty, then I'm gonna proceed with my logic, right? Here was an error. Here was an error again. So what I'm saying is, yeah, shows it's present, right? So what I'm saying is, if the errors, yeah, there ain't no errors like this is absent, it means here is empty. So we're gonna proceed with our syntax, right? There's some syntax I forgot to write. So if you see here, we have checked out this one already. Several receipts and check if empty. We have checked out this one already. If box is empty, then validate here. Then we're here. We're about to do this. Insert. I'm gonna create my statement like. And one thing I forgot to do was to call in my config page, which I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna use assuming I could have access to the DB. The name was DB, right? Oh, the name was DBO, not DB even. Prepare. Set it to. Nah, I need to. Okay. I'm getting it now. I need to insert. I need to hash my password. So I'm gonna use password hash. I'm gonna call in my pass, then call in my password, default password. Password default is password default, not default password. I think. Yeah, here's it. Close. And I need to name this variable. So I'm gonna give it a real name. The real name I'm talking of password. Right, yeah. So yeah, I get to convert it. I get to hash the password. So right here, after this line, the password gonna be different. Ain't gonna be longer in plain text. It's gonna be encrypted into a different format. So I'm gonna insert into users. Where they are username, email, and password. Values. Placeholder. I'm going to use this as placeholder. Using the prepare statement, get to scan, then refill it with less. It has more security as compared to MySQL. That was what I was saying. It has more security as compared to MySQL. So we have this video prepare into users. Insert into users, right? So we're gonna pass on this. We're gonna pass on. So we're gonna call out the thing we're passing on, which is username. The system knows what is taking in, right? It doesn't guess if he has to take password already declared your password. So if I'm to declare this password, it means it's gonna encrypt the password good, but it's not gonna insert it. It's gonna insert the first one, which is gonna be in plain text. But your database shouldn't contain plain text, because if a user or some nigga out there gets to hack your database system, right, you could see everyone's credential, log into everyone's profile and do what is not supposed to do, which helps to bring your platform down or whatever. So you get to increment it. Okay. So that's it. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna add another result. Okay, so we later saying like if result, then we direct to another page, direct to the login page, then we exit page so that nothing else gets to run again, else icon. Okay, that's it. So that's my login. Not too much of security, but I could say for me I'm certain, because I couldn't use this required as something I could depend on. Some platform, some browser give front end access to users, especially using languages like this. React doesn't do things like this, but we using things like HTML, CSS, right? Some platform gets to give you the dashboard with which you could manage your system, which a user could go into Chrome using inspect and get to wipe out this thing. In a way, it gets to process the information through this without actually filling any of this form, which could be bad for your system and crash or something. But while here using empty, which says your information are supposed to be filled, right? This way you can't edit it, because it's a backend language. It's a site scripting language which can be edited by the front end edited just by the programmer. So let's test it out. Though I haven't created my login page, let's just try to create a login page here and see how it goes. Let's just put a word on. It's just normal HTML saying welcome user. Okay, let's test it out. Connection failed. I'm getting connection failed, which means something is going on. So could not find driver. Well, I don't understand this yet. I've never seen something like this. Could not find driver. So that ain't an issue because we developers we gonna fix it. We gonna get it. Let's see, Mazam. I know Mazam is on. Yeah, Mazam is on and we're working. And for those of you who wish your Zam in working good, right? I have a video talking about this. Like, I think it's the most simplest way and a way to keep it in mind and a way to memorize it. Like, it's the most simplest way to keep it in mind and to get it fixed in case your Apache fails, your MySQL fails to work maybe sometime, because this happens. So let me check out my database. My people, as you can see right here, I did something bad. So I couldn't remember these things. It's attribute, error mode, PDO, error mode, exceptions, and all of this. And it seems like I've got to use this error mode exceptions here. That's why it was showing me something like, I can't remember even. That's why it was showing me something. So after putting this fetch as sub or whatever, all these things, now started seeing good information. So if I get back to it, you're gonna see everything is good. So let's try to fill it and see submit. I've got an error again. Username in the field list. Call PDO exceptions, column not found, unknown column, username. Let's get back to our database. Okay, you see, username is different, so I'm gonna get back to it and get it fixed. Fixed it. So let's try it again. Okay, it means it works. Now let's check our database. Yeah, everything good, bro. Everything good. Now you see it's been hashed and it's over about 60 characters of length. Sometimes it gets to 70, but we never knew. And you see, as you can see, all this info. I didn't fill in this one. Because it was set to this one was set to default, and this one was set to auto increment. It means if I get to add another user again, it's gonna be 2 because it's something like an auto increment, like it auto happens, like the system auto adds it there. So we're done with that. So we're gonna get it done with the login page. Created a backup, just a page I could store files and code in it. So I'm gonna get back to it and see where I'm wrong, like where I'm wrong. Or I could even use this page. I could just like explain what's going on, what could be here. Okay, so I'm gonna use this one instead of writing clean new sheet, right? So I'm gonna use this one and I'll explain everything. Okay, this one seems good. Yeah, I'm gonna use this one. So I'm gonna copy it. I'll use this one. Here's the sign up. So I'll paste here. Error message and message. Yeah, that's your original. I'm going to call out this page from another page. This section of code from another page. So I'm gonna use them. Like it contains the database credential, right? So I'm gonna make sure like the directory is correct. This is correct. I'm gonna save it that. So as you message is being declared as empty, and error is being declared as an array storing different data. So as you can see, so I'm gonna take this up. I'm gonna take this now. I'm gonna leave a password. I'm gonna take this on up. I'm just gonna leave it with username. So it's username. Name. If I said submit, like I did this thing, but yeah, you're right. As you can see, you're right. I did it separately, but I could still let it image here, but I'll still do it. I just want to do it separately so it could be clear for everyone. So I'm gonna make a space so it could be clear. It has username, password, email, filter, var, trim, filter, syntax, email, correct, pass, trim. Okay. So here is gonna select RD. So here's one thing I forgot to with this system, right? This system check for repetitive emails, like those systems with which you want to add a username. Like in Reddit, you can't add this username because they'll be telling you sometimes like this username already exists. Choose something else, select something else. Yeah, same. You can't use same email because an email is something being used to call out a constraint when using the when calling database credential for login, right? So you can have two emails, like an email my like someone like user A, might log into user B account, into user B's dashboard, because they use the same email and maybe different password. What I'm saying, it could just be a clash or something. You get it? So as shown here, I'm gonna take it off because this system is meant to be used just by the user, just by the admin. Ain't no multiple pages page with which anyone could create an account now. So I'm gonna take it out. It ain't necessary for now. So I'm gonna take it out. Yes, it says empty, first name empty. So what I'm gonna be using is take out this one at username, email, everything correct. Please fill in your information. One thing I noticed different was these boxes. On my previous registration page, the boxes were they had this purple color. But right now the yellow. Saying something kind of awkward out here. And this was what I was trying to write, but it keeps giving me the error. So let's just go on. I will share. It's saying if empty, please fill in. Make sure you fill in all information. Check if email is in. Check if the email is in the right order. Filter bar, yes. This one ain't really necessary, so but we're just gonna let it be through. It's saying if the email ain't in the right format, it should like echo out this. It should be in the right format, and your password shouldn't be less than 8. Because a lot of hacks happen not because programmer or hacker just pen tester just went and typed certain codes in the command prompt or Linux system or whatever. It doesn't happen like that. A lot of hacking goes because of weak password, some types of username, phishing and stuff like that. It doesn't just happen because now. So you need to make sure your password within any system should have much greater length. So this one is good enough. It should be greater than 8 and it should be complex. For complexity, which you get to fill in your information and please get to highlights, like that's database. So we can't go on with that. None of our business from here. That's empty, errors, password. Okay, I get to hash my password from here. MySQL, prepare insert into users. So I'm gonna take this one out. Ain't no way you gonna be there, man. Little passport. I'm gonna take this one out. Ain't need it. Okay, right. And if everything goes good, I'm gonna send him to the login page. So I'm gonna take out this one. No needed. Password. Show password. Username. Oh, okay. So let's reload and see if everything gonna go good. Register on code. Column does not exist. Column doesn't match. Inset value list doesn't match. Column list. Count row 1. What I say, my place order did too much as compared to the list we're supposed to manage. Right here. Here is too much. It was supposed to be 3. I'm gonna cancel out and try again. Bam, everything goes good, like literally, man. I ain't gonna lie. Shit ain't easy, but we're walking. Look at what I did. It ain't easy out here, but we're walking so hard to get it through. So I'm gonna use this set of codes in it. I'm gonna use my sign up tab. I'm gonna use this one. I'm gonna make sure I explain everything. Just chill, man. We're rolling. No, we're doing all this. We're doing all this together. Ain't no way I'm gonna let you slide. We're all walking through bones. I'm handy. Walking side by side for real. So what was going on here? Well, same error. You just it's just fine, you know, get to create a array server post method as I did explain before. I said email trim, yeah, password good. Yeah, yes says it could be empty, like a null value could be passed in, and in case that null value is passed in, right, it wouldn't show as error. It's just gonna go through the database and stuff like that. Because there are times when no error, since you didn't declare this right, it's gonna highlight an error message or something. So styling email password email less than 8. Okay, I get it. It's password. Oh, it's password, not email. Okay, email please. Email and password empty. If you tab out, okay, if no errors, then we get to select all from users email, execute email fetch. These are all codes I've written before, so I could really understand what they're saying. So next, if everything goes good, right, so we're gonna take out this one. Since we're gonna put it as username, add the email. You see here, right, this users is kindly represented as a placeholder storing database information, like it's in fetch here. So whatever is being fetched is going to be stored as something like sort of array with users, right? So here you can see users email, users RD, users username, right, all as placeholder from these are their database names. Like if you look at it, you see their database names. I ain't changing nothing. Add users and password here. Okay, database name, placeholder. Comparing, yeah, we're comparing password verifier is about comparing this password and this password. This password is the one being stored in the database since it has used, while this password is the one being inputted by the user presently. You get it? So this one is being compared with the database password, which is this, and this is the inputted password account. And if everything goes good, like if this fetch happens, it means there's a user with the system, right? The fetch goes on first, and if this happens, if the password verification is true, like this included password and stored password in the database is true, that means everything is going to be stored as session. Session is a global variable, a global keyword using PHP, right? What they're saying is I'm going to assign this to session. It means session email is going to be equal to, because we can't store this ain't no keyword, so we can't use this as keyword. But with this we can remember it. Each page could remember it all through, because it's session, because we started session up here. It's saying like if this person doesn't have a bucket, if this person doesn't have a basket before going to the mode and giving him basket from the gate, so whatever page that has the database or login credential must have sessions within. Get it? So I'm gonna create my home page. First of all, let's see how if it works. So let's get into it. Boom, bro! It went through, man. Another level pass. That's another level pass, bro. Let's get into it. Alright, that's another level pass. It wasn't easy, bro. It's a month of programming and backpaying, hurt and whatever, bro. We getting it all through. So next one, I'm gonna go with my dashboard. I'm gonna go my dashboard. I haven't preserved any codes for this, so I'm gonna work straight onto this since I haven't preserved any code yet. So I'm gonna start with my session start, because if there ain't no session start, right? For example, if you leave this page, like login, you come to a dashboard page, right? What's gonna happen if you refresh this dashboard? It's gonna be dashboard itself, and you might be locked out because you didn't tell the server to remember the session. With this session start, the server gets to keep some information about this user, because this session start contains email, RD, username. So session start gets to remember about you. Without this, it gets auto locked you out, right? Auto locked you out without knowing, by you refreshing the page. So whatever you're doing with encrypted pages like login, whatever secure page, make sure you add your session start with it. So I should write my algorithm, like my structure I want to follow with this page. So dashboard contains, so what we're going to do on the dashboard is, what we're going to do on the, you're going to check if user is valid. After checking if user is valid, yeah, the first going to be session start. With everything that happens, we call in session start first. Check session. It must be the first. Okay. Go on display. Go on have a side panel, but let's flip that one to CSS and AI stuff, because we're going to display information about cards with buttons of add, exit, and delete. I think that's probably all right. So let's see. So my checking session will be if server requests. If I set session ID, then we proceed. But if none of these things meets, right, either it redirects to back to home page, right, because that's probably mistype error or misdirectional or something. If none of these leads, either it gets to redirect you to different page, or it gets to pass on this code, and this line of code, section of code, never gets to be executed. But depending on the programmer, the backend engineer, he or she gonna do whatever he or she likes, right? So we'll do it like this. Okay, I forgot to do this again. I needed to call my database connection. Okay, so we're gonna do from items. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just like leave this one out here so I could remember this for further use, you know. Okay, so what I'm saying is select all from items, like select everything from items table. Come over here and write something like execute session ID. Okay, I'm gonna leave that to empty. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it. Here usually has sometimes I do it without adding, sometimes I don't. It has fetch as well. Yeah, something like that. That's all right. And we're gonna give this a variable like we did in the past, which is gonna be result, like assigning a variable to something, right? So that's the first step. Then later on we're gonna make our table, and we've done this end enough, right? But this is still enough. Yes is everything. Yeah. But there are several ways to let's add this let's add something to our users table. There's something that just came up my mind. My bad. User table. So with the user table, I'm gonna add row. I'm gonna alter the table and add row. Row is gonna be enum. I'm gonna use admin client. I'm gonna use this alter table users. Okay, I was supposed to add table here. Everything goes good, bruh. Enum is also a data type, which means anything that should be included here, anything should be either admin or client. Okay, so good. So what I'm gonna do here is still verify, you know, say something like if not I said this. I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna come back over to login, right, and I'm gonna change this to dashboard, and I'm gonna add a session. I'm gonna add a session row, user row. This is the thing I added in the previous. So here, the row is being stored as session, right, and the server is gonna keep it in mind. So I'm gonna come over here, then I'm gonna declare here row equals session row. I'm gonna come here if row equals what's going on, everything, what's going on, like yeah, it's there. So yeah, I'm gonna add this. I'm saying if row not equals to admin, then obviously means should run. You get it? Because someone might go through the URL, try to access admin dashboard through the URL. So if you go through the URL and if you need the admin, the server didn't see you as admin, it's still gonna send you back to the login page. This is just one of my major top notch security as from now when it comes to to user session, because I've made an app which gets to hold multiple users, right, with admins and users with the system. So that's what this was what I use as my main. I could say I could rely on it as security or good, like it was good. So I'm going to this next. I could see I've done this one, and now I'm going to apply this button. Yes, yeah, it's gonna be pure somehow HTML with some loops. I'm gonna use loops here. So I'm just gonna say product. I'm gonna name it as product because I need everyone to understand products. As you can see, plural with an S, because I know I'm gonna use product. I don't know if most of you have used the loop, but I'm gonna use a for each loop, which gets to declare an array as each loop, right? That's what I'm giving here, plural with an S. So what we're gonna do right now is come over here and close it and go into HTML. Try to write out the form. I'm gonna use table. I could, some people get to use div tag and get to style it with HTML. But since it's just something practical and showing off what I did a couple of months or weeks back, like combining everything together. I did singular login singular, like as I mentioned before. So we get on with it. But we're gonna have, let's check out the names. Okay, that's it. Yeah, the names. You're gonna have your name. You're gonna have price. What was next? And I'm gonna add actions. Actions are those buttons, like those exit and delete buttons. So I'm gonna add actions. Then I'm gonna add another one. So I'm gonna introduce my for loop as of now, right? So yeah, I'm gonna declare my for loop saying for. As you can see, yes, plural with an S. Yes, singular. So what I'm saying here, I've declared this variable, right? It's now a variable. So it's like it contains some various information within. It's like a whole database containing some information. Within that database, I'm pulling out various tables, various listing of goods and services in order to make it through, so everyone could have their own column and still. So let's do it here and close it. So we're gonna do like this. Put up. We're gonna call our name. Close it. Same here. Put up. As you notice, right? These names are here. These names inside this box, they are names directly based on the names of the tables. Like you can't change it, immediately change it. You're gonna see as undefined variable. So you need to like give out the same names. Here it's kind of different. I mean, in the way of uploading, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that image, and we started our for loop, and there are two methods of declaring loops and if statement. Either you get to use this or you get to use the bracket method, right? Either you get to use this. So I'm using this method because I'm within the HTML. I'll need some space, so I'll come out here and get it close, bro. Like you all seeing this one time big mistake I'm doing again. This is a mistake I did, like from here to here.
Like, could you imagine, like, I've been here all day thinking about what I'm gonna write, but doing a video, and I get to realize, like, all I've been doing certain mistakes. Like, I couldn't imagine, like, I've gone a long way, and bro, like, I don't really know what's going on.
Bro, like you all seeing this, right? You see the kind of issue developers getting. I shouldn't have written all these things here, but I had to because I forgot about it all. So my bad on that. So I'm gonna go through, bro. Like I'm saying, it ain't easy out here. Still, we gonna get through with it. So I'm going with my table and stuff like that. These are the headers of the file I'm doing. I posted that. I'm gonna posted it instead of created that. That way everyone could see and read it out. So I'm gonna go on to the next place, which is here. I'm gonna call out this loop from here. I'm gonna bring out this loop from here. That way, yeah, if I let it be up here, right, it means all of these names records are gonna repeat. You're gonna loop through all of it. So I wouldn't want that. That's why I had to bring it down here. So I'm gonna start with the names I'm supposed to put in. I'm gonna get on with my product. I'm gonna use singular product instead of plural. So I'm gonna call in their database right in from here. So here is name. I'm gonna call in their database. Bring it down here so I could see what I'm doing. So I'm gonna put it right here. So I'm gonna get on with the name. I'm gonna get on with the price, right? With the price, I guess I'm gonna add this so it gets to show it's in everything is in dollars, right? So I'm gonna add strong here, strong, and I'm gonna add the dollar sign, which shows with every price that comes within that table, right? This dollar sign in front. Then I'm gonna do this image. So I'm gonna bring in this tool from here, which is this. So probably it's good now. Let's close our loop. Since I'm done with it, I'm gonna take it out. Doesn't have any use here again. So I'm gonna close this loop, and since I'm using this, look at it, I'm gonna close it. Started from here, it means everything from here gonna loop out. You get it? Everything from here gonna loop out. Let me put it here. So I'm gonna come here, come close it out. And for each loop, that's it, I'm done. So let's check our table, see how it looks like. Alright, let's check it out. Alright, you all seen this like products. It's undefined variable which is products for each argument must be. Let me get on with this. Undefined variable line 34. Everything looks good from here, bro. What could be wrong? Okay, I'm seeing what's going on. Let me take this out and let's see. Let's just take this out. That was the reason it didn't print out any data, because the variable here is undefined. Like the variable here is undefined. Like it didn't fetch any data from the database. That's why it's kind of empty. Like I don't pretty much know what's going on as of now. Okay, I don't know how the database ain't displaying. Let me check. And everything from here look good. Same platform, but it ain't working. Like for reasons I don't know. Okay. My bad, people. I got it now. The database is kind of empty. You get it? It's empty. I haven't implemented anything here. I haven't inserted anything in the database. So let's get into it. Let's try to insert something in the database. So we're gonna get to platform. We're gonna get to items. Trying to like implement. Just add some items. See how it's gonna look like. So let's get on with it. Alright, let's get it inserted. Well done. Let's check our database. So you see here, everything is being laid out. Laptop, description, price, and after this is where the front-end developer comes in. It gets to like styling this page, so it's gonna look good. Let me give this column. I should name this column something, an action column, which either you get to delete or delete, get to edit or delete. Okay, probably much good as of now. So the reason I didn't fill out this image place was I didn't want to implement any writings, right? Because I know I'm gonna like import photo using codes, because I need to make a backend that has to upload images instead of like just manually putting the image manual. It's gonna take me some time rather than just creating something I could use. So since we've got this right, let's get onto our notepad. Look what was next, like what was the next page to create. So we're gonna get on with it. From the notepad, we've created this already. We'll be done with. Now we're supposed to create these add products. Now we should create a button that says add product, right, which is here. We're supposed to create a button that supposed to add products. Or that's so easy. I could say that's one of the most easy things when it comes to backend, because that was the first thing I did while I started my backend journey. So we're gonna add the button here, which is gonna be out of the table. So we're gonna put something like, since we sending the page to another add page, so we're gonna create another page that says add update. Like I said, we always create our form to know what we receive, because we can't implement a receiver if there is no sender. Like when you go to protocol, for the protocol to work, there must be a sender and a receiver, right? So you get to create the sender first, in order to know what the sender is supposed to send, or so that the user, you're gonna know how to prepare how the user gets to receive whatever is coming. So I'm gonna get on my form, yeah. And since I'm adding image, right, as you can see that this image, so I'm gonna add end type. Without this, okay, multi-part / form data, that's it. Without this, after uploading the form with the image within, right, it will just reload and nothing will happen because this thing is lacking. So if it comes to form where it has images or file uploads, make sure you've got this covered. So we're gonna go next with our name. here in description, right, we will not use input. Now instead of this, we rather use text area, which is more good for places like description, because you know, with text area there's a whole lot of bunch of things you could write in it, write your opinion or whatever you think, right? So since we're using description box, we're going to use text area and use name it description. Price is going to be input, and our last but not the least, which is image. So we're going to use same input, but you're going to be file instead of text. Then we're going to get our submit button, and we're going to give it a name, which is btn. So we're good to go. We're very good to go. Now we could get on with our logic. As you can see, all these things in white text, right? These are things being displayed in the front end. It's setting stuff. You could set it out. Mine, I use this color in order to display the front end things to be displayed to the users, and my own back end stuff, right? These are highly credential files, data to hide, so it ain't supposed to be shown out to the user. These are highly credential and highly secure. These are high things when it comes to security, so you get to make it look good. Since I'm done with this, I get here right now, so I could get on with my logic. So first off, accept form from HTML. If form is empty, you validate to make sure everything being sent into the database is secure. Validate data and insert into database. If insert works, I'm gonna accept data from database, which is if I'm gonna use several requests. I'm gonna create my variables, right, so they could accept those messages from this HTML form. For example, this name, let's just think of this as a letter, right? A letter from someone. And within that letter, their headings are showed in English. Their headings, PO box, and every other thing, signature. You get it? Let's just say, yeah, we're gonna assign this name to headings part. Like the letter is made up of header, footer, body, or things like that, right? So yeah, let's just assume this is going to hold the body, and the letter variables we create going to hold the middle. The letter variables we create going to hold the signature part, PO box, or whatever. So that's why we need to create our various separate variables for this. So since here is name, we're gonna call out this name. These are these names we call. If you don't put out these names in this table, PHP never get to receive it. So in order for PHP to know this is what I'm taking out of the box, right, giving the name which is going to receive here, which is name. And since we're using post method, right, it's everything going to be received by post method. If we were to use get method, we wouldn't declare this, because without declaring this, it means automatically it's going to be get method. If there's no post method being declared, it means automatically it's going to use get method. So we're going to use our post method since we already declared. Next, later on going to be description. Guys, let me separate the file, because the file here is kind of different. File here is kind of different still. So we're going to use file. What's the name? I didn't give it a name, so yeah, PHP wouldn't receive it because I didn't give it a name, so I have to give it a name. So this is the first. I haven't implemented my if statement. Okay, so we're done with this accept form from HTML, which is post method. We accepted it. Check if form is empty. So I'll start checking if the form is empty. That's all. I think that's all. Let me add it here. I'll tell you why I'm adding it. The reason why I get to add it is because there are times where the user could just bypass without getting to fill in information. Well, right, you know those writings where the user show on screen like undefined variables, error this, error 10344 when it comes to database, right? So when it comes to database, you get to add this to PHP, so in case the user didn't get to fill in some points or whatever, right, it's gonna like take in null values. If not so, then an error message should be highlighted to the user, which is we wouldn't allow it that way. So we're done with this part, which is check if form is empty, validate data. Let's validate data. You know, there's something we haven't done yet. We haven't called on our session. Yeah, we have got to create a session start and call in our database. Okay, so we go on next video first statement. I have to create my upload folder with which the images will be stored within. If you are thinking like this thing is too much, you know, I created Same on this playlist. I had to do this thing into smaller sections, like the login page is on its own, registration page is on its own, dashboard, edit page is on its own. They all have their own videos, so you could check them out to understand those things, little things before coming to real views out here. So then everything looks good. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Like you all saying is, I wanted to use placeholders. I use value instead. But no worries. Let's just try it, see how it goes. That's an error. That's an error, bro. Okay, let's see. On code PDO exceptions, syntax error or access violation, must error, whatever. Line 21. Let's check it out. Right syntax used near this at line 1. Let's check it out. Setting to items. Okay, I haven't implemented my values. No, I haven't implemented my values. And the bracket ain't closed even. I've got to close my bracket like here, and I set out my values. One. Since there are four variables, I'm gonna implement 4 placeholders, and I'm good to go. Let's check it out again. God damn, bro, it did work. Another upload, bro. We going. Let's get this thing right out here. Alright, that ain't all. Let's check our database if it gets to upload successfully. You know, I said it. Okay, that's laptop description, image, and everything good. So let's check our folder. Let's see if it gets uploaded in the folder. That's the image. We're working. Man had to go through damn times in order to get this right. So let's check out form. Head back to see how our table is gonna look like. What the? Okay. I know what's going on. My dashboard, right? I'm gonna implement this from here. I think that gonna work out. Yeah, everything good. So from here, what we gonna do is I'm trying to display my image, right? I'm trying to display my image from here instead of the name, because the name ain't necessary for real. So I'm gonna display my image. The table was it was displaying the name being found in the database. So we're gonna move the name, so make it to display the name found in the upload folder. So we're gonna take this out, not necessary. We're gonna add this. We're gonna add our image tab. We're gonna do uploads / we can't put this out here, because if you put this one, means with every item in the database, just this is gonna be displayed, and we wouldn't want that. We want every individual table, every individual role to have their own image. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this. So let's check it out. That's an error. What am I doing wrong? Let's put it here. I think not too confined. Put it here. Alright, we're good to go. So let's check it out. See how it looks like. Now the image showing back. We go on. That's another upload, bro. You keep it going, and let's get it fixed. Let's arrange the size of the image. We're gonna put height to, let's do 40 pixels. 40 pixels. Let's get onto it and check it out. Pretty much, bro, that's an upload. That it wasn't easy at first, but now it's going smoothly. I told you, just gotta keep going for real. So I think we're done with the first part. Now we're gonna get on with this, because it shows in our timeline that this is it. After we're done with this button, we're gonna get on with this. Then after we're done with all of this, we're gonna style it, because that's how it works for mostly full stack developers. They get to design the backend first, then they get to do the styling at last, which is the last. So we're done with this. What we're gonna do now is the edit button. Now the edit button is kind of difficult as compared to delete, so we're gonna go in with the delete first. As we started it earlier, right? So we're gonna go on with our algorithm first, something like that. So first of all, I'm gonna get my ID from product page or whatever, right? Get my get ID from product, so I can just like delete everything, wipe every item in the database. So I'm gonna get to select my ID, like the product containing the ID which I'm gonna delete. Alright, then I'm gonna check if it's validated. Validate ID with items, delete item, then redirect back to the page with the success message, right? So that's what we're gonna do with the delete page. We got it all secured. So first off, I'm gonna call in my database. So we're gonna get it first with this ones, and from this previous page which has these right from here. So what I'm gonna add, I'm gonna add the equals PHP product ID. I'm gonna start here, copy, and we'll paste it here. So in that case, we get to see, like, we get to know what data is gonna be deleted. For example, right now, if I get to this items table, right, let's just go into it. Here's the table. Like if I try to delete this one, you're gonna see ID appear up here in the URL. ID, no ID yet. Let's check it out, because an ID is supposed to appear in order for the data, in order for the system to know what we need to delete. No ID yet. Let's see what's wrong. And I select all from items, right? Select all from items table, which is good. That's my ID one, so like everything seems good, but I don't know why that thing tripping. But that ain't no worries, right? We're gonna get it figured out. So we're gonna get each line by line, I guess. From here, get every item from items. Put up this. I'm gonna get to print out this, all of this. Get to print out name, description, class, image. Created that, right? Now what's lacking is this. I don't know why this ID tripping here. Everyone got it, and anyone got any idea? Because I don't know. I've been thinking like what could be wrong. That's the ID. Let's see something like, let's try to equal out something like the image. Let's see price. Let's see if we could equal out price, because I don't know why this thing tripping. Let's see about price. Nothing is coming up, even price itself. It ain't. I don't know what's wrong. Nothing is showing up here. Even price itself doesn't show up above. Probably thinking like what could be wrong. Let me see something like let's try and take out this ID, see how it's gonna look like. Like this thing she told me, it's still like keeps showing me this thing like something is empty out here. But I don't seem to know what's the issue, you know? I don't seem to know what's the issue, because everything's supposed to everything out here is supposed to go like good, but I'm gonna need to ask ChatGPT back, because I can't seem to figure out what's going on out here. Let me try this. I'm gonna try this method before getting to ask ChatGPT, because it's like, for me, I'll be thinking like it's the same method, just that this one is more of the short form, like as compared to this one. So I wouldn't still know yet. So I'm gonna need to check it out first, right? Now it's giving me ID 40, ID 240. Where all this thing coming from? They know ID 200 in the database. I ain't sure about that. No, I ain't sure about that. There ain't no ID, just 1 and 2, and it's giving me all this. What's going on there? So after getting some info from ChatGPT, right, I thought of it like I should write out echo. Maybe this might give me some good feedback, right? So as you can see, you notice ADD is having the echo, so we're gonna try that. So we're gonna come here, refresh. Alright, you see ADD is giving me real data. So we're gonna put it back here like PHP echo out that, and I ain't gonna use price since I get it now. The reason why it was giving me 200, 400 was because of the price. Wasn't the ID? I get it now. No, I didn't know if most of you seen it, but if you saw it, man, my bad. I was using price out, so it was giving me something like 200, 400. Like I was wondering, like where the hell that coming from? I didn't know it was the price I implemented here, so I'm gonna change it back to ID and get rid of this. Save. Let's check it out. Hold on. You seeing this? The delete button still giving me the same thing. If I check it out here, it's still showing me empty, no ID. But if I get to the exit button, it's showing me ID 1 and 2, but ID 1. But I don't know what's wrong with this. Like, let's just check it out. I didn't add the echo, so I'm adding echo and check it out right now. Okay, as you can see at the bottom left, you see it's working now. That's the ID. So since we have accepted our ID from the other page, so we're gonna get here, which is the first now this one is just database requirement. We're gonna get ID. So we're saying if I said get ID equals get method. And I don't know if some of you might be wondering like why ain't we using post method, right? The reason why we're using get method is because in order for us to get to use post method, right, it means we're going to implement a form here, something like a form. Then we're going to implement the form method, which is going to be the method is going to be equal to post get it post method. But without that, the form automatically goes to get method, right? Without a form, it automatically goes to get method. That's why we're using get method here. But with more professional looking platform out there, they don't get to do such things like this in get method. Most of the time they get to use the post method. But this is just a mini app, right, which I'm doing, which shows like I'm putting everything together and see how it's gonna look like. We've gotten this RD, we're gonna proceed into our database. We're gonna write our statement video out here. That's the name of our database. Prepare, I think it's alter, right? Alter table items. Is it drop or delete? Let's try drop first. Drop, how am I gonna call that row? Like I need to drop the row, right? Because how am I gonna call it out? Alter table drop drop row. Nah, ain't like that. I've forgotten. It's been a while. Drop row, I've forgotten. I my bad people. No, with alter table mostly comes with updating colon, adding colon, updating constraint and stuff like that. But with deleting a row, I think we're gonna use delete from, take this out, from items where ID equals this. These are second part. This is the second part we're working on. The first part was get product from RD, which is it. I have to receive our product or RD from product. So the next part is validate, which we're working on. I've got to validate this one, because this is we've got to execute RD because the RD is the only one that gets to go into the database, right? So these are more things of validation. We get to like filter out some credential which ain't allowed to be in the database. Like we get to scan the code for things like hacking, phishing, or whatever. Just to prevent database crash or things like that. So since we validated it, right, we're gonna say something like result. We say if result exists, like if result is true, right, and we're gonna redirect back to the other page, which is header. I'm gonna return back to the dashboard page, dashboard.php. Then I'm gonna add a success message, open the URL or exit page, so the rest of the code won't have to run no more. So that's it. Delete and validate, right? Here are them. Then this one is redirecting to the home page with the success message. Here's the success message, and we're redirecting it to the other page if everything good. So let's check it out. Let's check this one. Let's take this one out with no image. So we're gonna take this. It worked. I did it again, bro. We did it. I know like y'all might be looking at this like this is small, way too small for Nigga to be good, bro. Before getting to this level, bro, you wouldn't understand if you ain't grinding and shit like that, you wouldn't. So we gonna get it done, cause I got it already. We got that one ready already. So we gonna go with the update page, right? Let's go into it. Get ID from user, get ID from items, right? Validate. Okay, first what we gonna do is we gonna use RD, right? Use RD to get item from database. How these things work is you got to, when you go onto an exit page, right, there are some pre-filled information, example email, which appear when you're signing up or registering or something. So when you get into the update page, right, those information are being left out in a form which you can still see, you can edit, right? Like it doesn't come out in a blank form, so there are still some information in it. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get an RD from this dashboard page, right? So after getting that, we're gonna use this RD to fetch that item from database, right? After fetching the item from database, we're gonna display to users with the ability for users to update it, right? What's next? Okay, user gonna add new data, add or edit new information. Information gonna be validated. If all good, right? If all good, then it gonna be sent to the database and redirect back to the dashboard page. And this ain't no good way of writing pseudo code, right? I'm just like writing it so we all could understand, like get what I'm trying to go to, right? So we're gonna start we're gonna start from here, like calling out our database, which is require once. So after we're done with this, right, if we're in a large platform in which every user gets to like owns a dashboard, and they could edit whatever they want to see on their dashboard, right, would have used session here. But since we're in part of like saving user, so we go, cause yeah, there's only one user, which is the admin, right? We could still use that. But for now we're going to go with this. I could add the sessions later when I want to do something crazy onto this platform, right? But for now we're gonna go with this. So after calling the database, we're gonna get a array, like if I said. And I usually make this mistake sometimes. If you don't with get method, make sure everything goes with get method. Like don't get to start with like everything within this bracket is supposed to be get method. Since you're starting with get method, everything in this bracket is supposed to be get method. Same as when using post method, right? Sometimes I made mistakes from that, which I've learned from it. If you're starting with post method, make sure you're done with it with post method. So I'm gonna get my ID from, I'm gonna write out my statement so I could get my ID from database. So after we fetch, right, everything from here look good. We're gonna open out our form to see information with which user could edit or whatever. So we're gonna close out our PHP section and go on with form. Let's just add something like edit info, edit item info. We're gonna use post method here. I'm coming. I'm gonna explain why we're using that. So first on, yeah, the three things there to be, let's check it out. We've got name, description. These are the things we editing, right? So we're going to create form for this, every tag on your own. So talk about this thing before. What I'm trying to say, I'm trying to add a value with which HTML special characters. Let me do this. I'm coming. So what I'm saying here is, alright. So what is happening here is what's wrong again? Why is there an error? Then it's supposed to be no error because I'm using, okay, it's item, not users. Yeah, I'm trying to like make it correct. It's supposed to align because this one is becoming an array holding name, description, price. Just this one, so I've got to use the same name. So I'm gonna use item. Now you're gonna see everything good. So if I check the system now, it's probably gonna show me this with the name in it. Let's check it out. There's a mismatch with the spelling name, so I named the form edit. Here is update, here is edit, the other is update. So let's get it fixed. So let's use update edit instead. Okay, so let's try that again. We're going to edit. Oh, they're telling me there's an error line 1, server version right next to it. Alright, there's something like this. I did this database error. Select from. Let's try this. Let's try select all from. Okay, probably did work out. Name, description, price. Forget about this one. This was the thing I posted. So why the problem is, why is this thing ain't shown? So we're gonna get through it because the name here is supposed to be shown. Like this name laptop is supposed to be shown. So let's figure it out. Line 27, input value. Still not, what could be wrong? The yellow underline doesn't mean error. What it means is there's a better version of doing this, so ain't like it's wrong. Perhaps it's good. It's good. I don't know what's wrong right now because the data is supposed to be displayed. Okay. Let's shout echo. Let's shout echo. See how it goes. Alright, let's see. Let me cancel this one. Oh, bro, it did work. It means I wasn't supposed to use fetch all. I wasn't supposed to use fetch all. I was supposed to use fetch because it's a single row. It means fetch also is it's used mostly by like fetching every data from that table, or fetching different rows from that table. Example, fetching row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, setting columns, right? Like you might decide to hide the ID because it ain't really necessary. So yeah, that's what I was talking about. So I'm gonna copy this. Now I'm writing here. I ain't gonna give administrator the ability to change this, so I'm just gonna set it. I'm just gonna edit this 1, 2, 3, and image. I think image is gonna be good. I ain't gonna edit it as well. So let's go on with it. I'm almost done with it. I wrote, yeah, just this 3. I'm gonna edit just this 3, which is 1, 2, 3. So I use this information to display this information. Since this one doesn't have any, I'm gonna take it out. I use this information to display this information. So what I'm going to do right now is, here's the information I'm being displayed. This is the information that is being updated, right? This is the form that the user or administration gets to fill before getting updated. So what I'm going to do right now is, I'm going to create a new form receive method, which is, as you can see, I declared post here, and there was get. So I'm gonna declare post method right now, like if several request method. So I'm gonna get the ID and everything that is being displayed. Okay, so I'm gonna get the name first, because you don't get to exit the ID. I'm gonna use post method, like I said above. You don't get to use post and get all at once in the same bracket. So I'm gonna use this method, post method, and I'm gonna get the name. Items, set ID, set name, post placeholder, what else description, post placeholder, and price. It ain't even numbers, it's price. It's supposed to be price. Okay, yeah, it's price. Let's check it out. I know it is price. It's price, not number. So I'm gonna do price here. I'm gonna do price here. Well, let's just change it from, yeah, let's just change it from here. We're gonna call it price here. All the way name is set price to placeholder as well. Where are the, as is the key here. ID equals placeholder as well. Then we validate it. We're gonna call in the things, description, number, and so we get on with it. We're saying if result same as before. Alright, so we use the post method with this. Why this get method is to display information, previous information that was stored. So this, we accepted the information from user, we had to validate it using this one, validate it and inserting the new information into the data. Then we're saying if everything works well, if the information was being inserted, it means there was nothing wrong with the data, which means everything looks good. It means it's gonna redirect us to this place. Let me add a success message, which is success. So we check it out right now. Is it okay? It seems good. It looks good. It looks good. Our price doesn't appear. Everything's supposed to appear. Let's check it out. Okay, here's the description. The name of the description is description laptop. Price is supposed to appear. So let's go back to our phone. Yeah, correct. Then we're gonna add the value here for the price. Or from something from somewhere. Okay. Okay, I haven't closed this yet. I've got to close it. Working out good. Okay, so I guess right now I should be working good. Refresh, get into it. 40 description. So let's change the description to it's a good laptop. Why I did forget to implement my button, because I didn't really follow my algorithm here. I did follow this first part and it was good, but for me I didn't really get it out. So let's get it done. So let me add my button. Then I'm gonna include it with the form, which is button. Then I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna say I'm gonna need these two conditions to meet, which is I said post btn. So let's check it out again. I didn't add anything in my button, so I'm gonna name it submit button here. So I guess everything should be working good now. Okay, that's it. So we're gonna change this to about 400 years and submit. There was an error as well. Okay. Update table items, set name equals description equals price. Another problem again. This error says you have an error in your SQL syntax. Check the manual that corresponds to your Marriott DB server version right next to table set items. This table is supposed to be here for sure. Let's get rid of it, which is this update items. Let's check it out right now. Invalid parameters on date 5 line 29. Invalid parameters. That could be wrong again. Line 29. I've got number, I've got description, I've got number again. I've got name, I've got description, I've got the day 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm supposed to get out of here as well. Nah, I ain't supposed to get no way. I'm supposed to get out of here. Okay, it's because I'm supposed to get out of here. I didn't get out of here, so it doesn't really. You seen this one, but you wondering like where the ID gonna come from. I'm supposed to get out of here, so I'm gonna get out of here. So I'm gonna pass it as one of the parameters from here. So I'm gonna get my ID that I haven't created yet. I'm gonna create that, which is I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna create my ID as well. Input form. Mobile. Name. RD. And I'm supposed to come here and like hidden. It's supposed to be hidden because there ain't no way you're telling me you're gonna update your RD now. We're gonna leave that to the server, the system to do it or whatever. We're not at value here in order for the system to know what RD exactly we're talking about. Item. ID. So we're good to go right now. So let's check it out. Let's check it out. We're good to go. Hold on. What just happened? It gave me a success message, but then it hasn't updated yet. Still the same thing. Let's do one more time and see how it goes. We're gonna put it to 500 again. Alright, let's try submit again. Same thing, ain't getting updated. So I don't know. Bro, you know this is a struggle we face most of the times. Ain't getting updated. Let's see. What are they? Got a name. God, what you saying, man? Like what you saying? Like if they think like you all noticing, you could like leave a comment, like let me know you notice that, and that's gonna be like a huge update. It means you'll be going hard on yourself, trying to figure out things. All right, let's see. It says it's resolved, but I don't know how this thing turns to this, which people like I just did a little bit of research, and they tell me like something like these things they've got to be in order, right? Like they've got to be in order. So perhaps I'm trying to like make it look in order. So name comes first and ID comes last. So I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna take the ID out. I'm gonna put it here. And names come first, description and price, which is that everything go. Let's check it out again. This better works, man. Like it better works. Yo, experience. Alright, bro. She walking right now, like we're walking, man. We're walking like we're doing like, yeah, man, like, bro, like it's done. I didn't even I was hoping to get tab there, like, because I saw tab and XP. I wanted to get it done before typing it all. Just came over like saying success and everything good, bro. What I noticed, like, I never knew this, like it was supposed to be in order as communicated as above. Every day we keep learning, we keep doing, although we acting like we know, but we keep learning every day, bro. So what next? What we gonna do next? Let's check out notepad. Admin pages, add product. Is it alright? We're done with admin pages. Just that I just need to add some kind of some security, right, to make sure no other person can get locked in without inputting the password, right? Because if there's password, there need to be some certain sessions and agreements that need to be made, which gonna means like anyone can come into the system. So I'm gonna write it out. But on my last clip, right, I don't know what happened. Like I was walking and all of a sudden I discovered like my page, like it wasn't recording, like it was recording right there, but it was a fixed page. Like whatever page I switched to, right, ain't gonna change. So while I was doing that video, I had to like, I don't know what happened. I wanted to go check my OBS application, right? It had a fixed screen, so I've said some things already on that video, and I had to just delete it because it didn't have any clear view. But from here, I could understand I could just like explain what I did, right? Since I couldn't re-explain and delete all these things and had to write them down again, because you already know this. I had to call on my database from another page. This thing like it's like this thing is like viewing information. This is the only algorithm needed on this shop page as of now, right? It doesn't need any requirements, no button being clicked, no. It's just there. You just have to like get information from database and display. So select items select all, everything from the database on this table will be called out, and since there's nothing to pass in all data to be inserted into the database for validation, right, it means this place will be left empty, and here we get our fetch or DPO. So I took this table, right? This table, as you can see, is the same as here. It's already highlighted because I had to copy it from here because it's the same and paste it here. What I had to change was the buttons, right? Yeah, there ain't no buttons like you can exit or add. You can only add to cart, which is add to cart, and that's it only. And as you can see, these are the informations. So yes, as we've been talking before, the Like the data here is not that so much. Anyways, let's just add some, since we already made the add page from our login page, right? So we're gonna add some, and still on the same video, right, which I just deleted. Yeah, I spoke about login, like sessions, credentials, like security. Right? I talked about some basic security, which is, as you can see, I can't get into any other page. I can't get it. Oh, I haven't add some secure information here, so I'm adding here. As you can see, right, if I go into the database or delete page, it's going to redirect to the login page first. Why is this happening? Because I added session to all the tables. Like I was saying, right, as you can see, I added these credentials here, which is if added, if there ain't no session added, right, it means like we ain't gonna go through with this. Because as you can see, from my login page, right, I get to like save everything, save this session email, session ID, session username, and session role. Get it? Like whenever user gets to login, right, all these things are being saved here. Like the array saving this, like the array holding database information from this table, from this select all from users, from this table, from users table, right, from users table, right. So all these things are being saved in the server, which means once you're logged in, right, you could access this information from any other page that has session on. Like session on, like yes, session on is more of something like you get into, like you go into a swimming pool, right. Before getting into that swimming pool, they give you something like a wristband, so they could identify you. It means you've paid for it. It means you have access to that pool, right. But if you haven't got one, either you pay for one or you go out, something like that, right. So that's more of session. They get to give you a wristband to identify you one of them. If you don't have a wristband, you're not legalized to go into the pool. That's more of that session. Like if this page has session and this page doesn't have session, right, if I logged in and go onto this page, I will get automatically locked out. Yeah, because of my of the boundaries and security models I've put in place. Because in order for you to get to this page, for example, in order for you to get to this page, this dashboard page, you must be a user. From this dashboard page, I'm using row something in the database. Like the user here, right, you've got row equals admin, right. So I'm using admin here. What I'm saying is, if row not equal to admin, right, it means you're gonna direct you to the login page. So in case, even if you copy the URL and paste it in another browser, like let's try to like log in, right. I think that's the password and information. Get away. I'm gonna use this. Alright, let's try to log in. Okay, everything works out. Let's try to copy our information and paste it into this other browser. You're gonna see what's gonna happen. Like you can see the name, right, is dashboard. So right now I'm just gonna press enter, tap enter, and I'm back to the login page. Why is that? Because I had to set some credentials that says if session row, which is this, I assign session onto this variable, which is row. So I'm saying if row not equal to admin, then redirect to this page. So what I'm saying here is this browser, the server on this browser has information about me. It's keeping my ID in place, my session ID in place, my session username in place, my session email, and my session role. But yeah, it hasn't created that yet. No session, nothing, until you get to pass the login stage before it's gonna have access to those things in it. So from there we're gonna go on. So since the information wasn't so much, right, so I was thinking like I could add some other products. But the thing is, the image, I don't have much image on PC at the moment, so I'm just gonna use whatever image, and the name doesn't have to match with the image, right. I'm just gonna like put anything, so some information could be there. So I'll go with add product. This is summit. Okay, image uploaded successful. Let's check it out. Let's try shop. Let's see. Let's open another page to see how it's gonna look like. Now there are two rows in it. There are two rows, right? We got this and this. I think that should be all. I think that should be all. With their various time frame, with some CSS, this could be well designed and more better looking, right? But that ain't our plan for now. Our plan here is the backend. So let's just use this tool data for as of now. Let's try to create our cat button since we're done with this cat button. Alright, here. So from the cat button, right, we're gonna use session. There are two types of there are two ways to use cats to store information on cats, right? One is session and the other is database. Why session and database? Because in platforms where user have the ability to create an account, manage dashboard on their own, right, we get to use database. And so in case, for example, in case the user gets to log in another device, all the cat information, whatever has been saved, will be shown on the system, right? But while using cat, once you leave that device or you log out or it goes to another browser, everything gets to change, right? So yeah, mostly stays on session. Using cat session mostly stays on several browser. Yeah, things like, yeah, you could use whatever device you want and still get what you want to get. It's been saved on it. So first of all, we're going to create our session first before writing our algorithm. Alright, first off with the algorithm, we're gonna use calling database. First of all, I prefer we should rather create card first before creating add to card, because using card first, you get to display the data being added on card using by the page add to card. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Let's just go on with the card add to card first, right? So we're gonna leave this one for now. Okay, let's go on with the algorithm. Calling database. Okay, what next? After calling in database, check if session exists, like check if get product. Yeah, when the button is clicked, the RD, get product with RD. You know, you're getting the product by the RD, using the RD. If they know RD, I don't know what you should use though. So get product with RD. Later on, what you're gonna do is check if product, check if product RD exists. If product RD exists. So all these are what I'm saying here. Calling the database, you know what we usually use require ones. Get product from get RD from the previous page, which will be tabbed. Check if ID exists. If not, let's get onto it. We're gonna call in our database, which is require ones. Which is getting RD from the other page and checking. Are we gonna use session, like if session? Oh, okay. Okay, calling this part is getting RD from our database, like receiving product with RD. And so now we're saying that if this ain't present, right? If the product cat ain't present, like if this product is not found in the cat, right? It's no longer going to be called just this or like get ID. It's going to have this name, session with this box in it. You get it? So I said saying present. So if this is present, if session card and ID is present, right? If this product is present with the ID, you know the ID represents the product. So if this ID is present, right, we're going to increment it. It means we're going to add one to it, because add to card is one, right? We're going to add one to it. But if it's not present, right, we're going to assign it to one. It means our card here is going to be one, like the value is going to be assigned to one. It could be laptop. So once, let's just say we add our product at first, right? We add the laptop first, it's going to be assigned to one. Then later on, the system going to notice it already exists, like it's present. So we're going to increment it to 2. So it's no longer going to be 1, it's going to be 2. This thing here, it doesn't, most of you don't, I didn't understand that at first. It's something like this, plus 1. That's it. They're the same like this. Same like this. It has multiple ways of representing it. I don't know too much, but I don't know how to write, but I know something like this is adding one to it. So let's try it out. Add to cart. Holy, oh, holy. I see what's going on. Since I told you I used information from the other page, right? It still has a detail which in that indicates. So I'm gonna put add to cart, like the new page I just created, add to cart. Alright, that's it. So let's try it again. Probably looking good, but we don't know that yet. So we're gonna, in order for us to see this thing, I'm gonna need to create a cart page, see if all those information, all those data was being saved. So we're gonna use this, like I've been saying, right? So today we're gonna proceed with the cart page, right? So I did this on the previous side. So we're gonna call in a database, right? Which is the first stage of the algorithm. Later on, we're gonna check if our session exists, right? If session card exists, and if, like, let's just say if it exists, if yes, right? Then we go to, if yes, we do this. We get to like calling the database, because how session works is it has, just go for a previous page. From this page, which we get to assign product and ID, right? So yeah, the ID session is storing something like ID and the number of product, right? It gets to store data in this way. It gets to store data as ID, storing ID and the number of product, right? That's all it stores, like ID and number of product, just this and this. So when when we come over to this page, right, same thing is storing. Session card is storing both ID and product. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna call in the database, right? After we call in the database, we're gonna use a loop. We might use a for loop for each loop or whatever loop, right? But for what I've been using for each loop. So I'm gonna call for each loop, right? For each loop gonna pull in data from the database, and it's gonna assign it to that ID. I'm gonna like show it out to the user, so the user, I'm gonna display it out to the user so the user could see it. So let's get right into it. First off, I'm gonna call in my database using require ones. Next off, we're gonna check if session exists, right? So we're gonna do if I think right now we're gonna use the for each loop as session. For me, it means the information being stored in session, right, which is ID and product, right, number of products, is going to be shown out to the user as this product ID, and like it's separated, right now, like it was like stored in a loop, but we're going to take it out from this loop using for each, which is session card as ID. This thing is more of an object calling, right, saying this and this are correct. So we're going to use this as ID, and this we're going to use this as an ID to call upon the information stored in the database using this ID. Then we're going to display it as a quantity, like the number of quantity being selected by the user. So with this kind of select, right? With this kind of select, we don't just get to select everything, because we wouldn't want all the information being displayed on the user, including the ID, any data. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna display some certain type of data, right? So we're gonna come back from here, like, because at this point the date being posted ain't longer needed, because the user saw it at the shop page, and he or she decided to add the item to cart, right? So on this page, the date and time doesn't really matter. So we're gonna go back to the dashboard to go see what we could print out. So I think we could use name, price and image. We could select this, just this to be name, price and image. So we're gonna select name. Now we're gonna filter out our ID, because the ID is the only thing going into the database. So we've got them already, so no longer need for this one. We're gonna take it out. So what we're gonna do, right, since we've got this table already, so Much of what we're gonna do now is like create a table as done in the other shop and dashboard page. So we're gonna create a, let's just say, products equals that. So now right now what we're gonna do, we're gonna copy this table, so we're gonna use it again to display the card information, which is this. I'll paste it here. So we're almost done with it. We're gonna come over to HTML, right? We're gonna try to pull out the string. So we're gonna use names. So I think that's all. Alright, like let's just see how this one is gonna look like. Let's just see how this one's gonna look like. God damn, bravo. Like we've got an error, we've got an saying on unidentified array, undefined array key name price, damn, 15, 16. Let's check it out. Here's the case, right? But I actually did this, more of an array looking up to this. So I don't know why I'm gonna get on undefined array, because I already defined this variable here, giving assigning this variable to all these, so I know they could align. Yeah, like people, there's one thing I'm confused about, right? There's one thing I'm confused about, which is this fetch and fetch all. Because I'm pretty much sure if I write this all right, you see the yellow line just disappeared, ain't underline no more. And check it out, you're gonna see some difference, because I just did my research right now and pretty much sure I said it. Pretty much sure this is the thing, yeah. Pretty much sure this is the thing, because let me set this size or something, because like I don't really know, like this fetch and fetch, or I don't know if someone could like tell me, maybe with a comment, tell me like the difference, because sometimes I get confused about it. I know fetch all get to return multiple rows, right? Multiple rows at one time, and same with, I don't know, I don't really get it, bro. I don't really get the catch. Get it? So right now we've gotten this, and I can just get the size 6. We cool with that. So right now we're gonna set out the quantity. I guess maybe sometime later I'm gonna try to figure out this thing. So we're gonna try to print out the quantity as well, right? So we're gonna come over here and try to highlight like quantity. Now let's try it out again. 11. Right, that means it's working, bro. But I don't know, it gets to produce just this French bulldog, right? Perhaps I might have selected two of them, but it's giving me 11 pieces of it. It's giving me 11 pieces of it, right? So let's see if we could like try to add this one, so it's gonna maybe increment to something. Let's see if it really do works. So after adding to cart, right, you're gonna return to cart instead of shop instead. So let's just see if it's gonna increment. We're gonna go back to here. Shop it. We're gonna add the. You see, wait, hold on. Like French bulldog get it incremented, right? But the del doesn't get incremented. So let's see the problem. I think the problem could be this, because this doesn't get incremented, right? Like this, it doesn't get incremented, so it just gets print out just one. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna transfer most of this into here, so you're gonna be within this folder, right? So what I'm gonna do is, I don't really know how I'm gonna make this table look like, because it's supposed to be something like this. You're gonna do name. We've gotten to this so far, so that means I'm gonna take this one out, and I need to create my subtotal, right? I forgot to create my subtotal. I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna set it to 0. Total equal to 0 at the moment. So what else? Seems like something is here. Quantity. So I'm gonna take out this one. This one's ain't no longer needed. Let's try again and see how it goes. Let's try to add this one, and boom, it working for real. You're gonna get, you see this one quantity, the quantity is set to 10, and subtotal is set to 400. Subtotal, having some total here. So first of all, let me try to like rearrange this thing so they get to be on their own. Let's try and see. You see everything is being differentiated now. So it seems like yes, having del quantity 10 pieces and it's sum up to 400, right? Subtotal here is 400. Like it means probably they're about $20 each for del, about $20 to $40 each for a single piece. And here's probably about 2,000, right? Yeah. So subtotal here gonna be 24,000. So let's get the real total. Like that's adding 400 plus 24,000, which gonna be like 24,400. About no more. Yeah, I got it right. That's it. Grand total. For most CAD functionality, CAD system, right, they get to have an increment button here and increment or decrement button, which you get to decide if you want to add more of it or decrease it. So let me add the button. Check it out again. Okay, not so bad though, but you know, kind of word kind styling, right? It's word. So perhaps I could like get this one from here to here. Doesn't matter anyways, right? Because when it comes to styling, I know CSS is gonna do really like a lot. It's gonna do a lot. I'm just like putting all these lines so we all could differentiate what section they're in, right? So I'm forgetting the dollar sign here, which I need to add. I need to add a dollar sign here, and I need to make my button works. Alright, so let's get into it. First dollar sign and second I'm up. So let's get back to our notebook and see how far we've gone. We've done step 2, we've done login, front end, sub page, delete, add. Yeah, we've done with this. Now we here. Yeah, now I'm supposed to make the increment and decrement functionality within the CAD, and later go to checkout, and that's it. I think that's probably all. Then we're gonna do CSS, which is the last, right? So let's continue. From here we've got the increase and decrease button, so we're gonna get right into it. I'm gonna create my new page. Alright, so same algorithm. We're gonna check if it did exist, if session card exists. It's almost like session. If yes, then increment. I think that only happen, right? For an object or for an item to get into card, it means it's present already. Like you can't come on to increase button or increment page and you're thinking like you need to check if the item is present already. First of all, that's if you're checking if the item is present already, that's more of security purpose, right? You're thinking like it wouldn't get crashed or something, like checking if it's empty. You're checking for error, but after this, check if it's incremented. Check if yes, then you increment, right? Check session card exists. If it's empty, if it's empty, more security, right? So if it's present or you get to increment, ain't no way you're going like here's the add to cart. You're gonna check if the item is present, and if the item and you're gonna check if it's present, and if it's not present, right, you're gonna assign it to 1. Yeah, you're gonna assign it to 1. If not, then you're gonna increment it, which is that those are the only 2 ways you can do. So what I'm saying in here, you can't assign it to 1 because there's something here already present, right? So it's present, so you get to increment. That's what I'm saying. So let's get into it. Calling our database, right? Our database here ain't really needed. So our database ain't really needed because everything is being stored in session as of now, right? So we gonna get our ID. I forgot to mention, we're gonna get our ID. Without the ID, there's nothing to confirm. So we're gonna get our ID, get ID. That's it. So let's try it out and see how it goes. We're gonna use get ID. So we're gonna check if it's present. So what we did here was we got our ID, right? We check if the ID is present. This one is supposed to be here. Why this one is supposed to be here? Because when we get to, for an item to be in the card page, right? For an item to be in the card page, it means it was present already. So we can't assign anything to one. So we're gonna leave it there. Like if things present in it, then we're gonna leave it to one. Header card. So we go going. Let's check it out. So we're gonna add 11, 12, 13. It's going, man. It's same thing that's gonna happen for the decrease page, right? So we ain't gonna do this no more. We're just gonna copy this. We're gonna copy all of this because they're the same, and we're gonna create a decrease page in it, which is paste it out. So what we're gonna do out here is take out this addition sign and replace it with this. That's all. We're good to go. Let's check it out again. Alright, we said let's try to decrease all thing. Pretty much same, brother. We going like everything working out for real. I'm just happy I got it. I keep it going, brother. I ain't gonna lie, for real. I'm just happy I keep it going. So perhaps let's check our notepad. Perhaps we almost done with that. We done with what's left is the checkout page in it, which is this. And this one we could leave this one to AI because it's just normal basic HTML pages, right? So we going what is left is the checkout page, and the checkout page ain't like, it's almost the same with the card page, but with the checkout page you just get to fill in information. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna copy a lot of this page and come over here, trying to paste it out and paste it. So all we're gonna do here, we're gonna like write a form from which user gets to fill information. So it's gonna be sent over to me, right? So you're gonna use something like input. So we're gonna take out all these. Ain't no need for this no more. We're gonna let out this, just this. We're gonna go into let's just add a checkout button. That's it. We're good to go. Name, email, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna send this information to the, since we ain't got no API to like no payment method to get it right, we're gonna send this information onto the dashboard or onto the email. So from here we're gonna use a dashboard, so in case users filling this information out, they're all gonna be stored in the dashboard. So it's gonna alert into the administrators saying that this nigga this user wanna purchase, right? We wanna use this is a name, our email, and the payment method he has got at the moment. So what the administrator is gonna do is he's gonna save this order and come over to the user, contact the user and saying let's got this payment method ready, let's do business. So let's get on right with it. So I'm gonna redirect it to another page. Let me close all this stuff. We're done with them. Back into it, we're going into it. and everything out here be working straight. Right, I've got it covered on this send page. But one thing I'm worried about is the information about product, like how many quantities selected and their product names, right? It's supposed to be sent as well with the info, with this information. So I'm probably thinking like, how am I gonna handle this? You get it. So I know I'm sending this into the database I created, into this database I created. Yeah, the names of the database I created: email, customer name, total price, method, total price, yeah, email, customer name, total price, right? Total price. I've got to create an extra column that holds quantity and the various product being selected. But the thing I'm worried about is how am I gonna select it? Like, how am I gonna put information of product or quantity or name? Am I gonna I don't really know what I'm gonna send. So for which, like, I've got some level of doubt at this moment, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some research, right? I'm gonna do some research. Okay, alright. I've got an idea. So what I'm probably thinking of, since the session start here, so what I'm probably gonna do is something like this. I'm gonna set my cat as well, like cat equals. I'm gonna add a section. So this gonna save. This variable is gonna hold this thing steady, right? So this thing is gonna be assigned to this variable. So we're using this one as the placeholder for this. So I guess that's it. I guess that's gonna work. So from my knowledge of God, right? From my knowledge of God, I've noticed, like, you all know session store boot. You all know session store boot quantity and product, right? In the form of RD. You all know session store that. So perhaps I'm gonna use JSON. I'm gonna use something called JSON encode in order for the session to be broken down into separate parts, which is I'm gonna use JSON encode, which is that. So I'm gonna input my session cat. That way you gonna store it, right? You get me, right? So apart from that, what else? We've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 1, 2, 3, which is email, name, price, payment method, and price. Total price. Probably thinking like, I'm gonna send this into total price, right? I'm gonna send this into total price. So I'm gonna put it here, which is email, customer name, payment method, and total price. So from there I'm gonna execute it. That is sanitizing information. Probably that's all. Then from, let's just say if everything did work out, right? Like result, I'm gonna add result onto it. So let's say if result, then we're gonna like head back to the normal page. We're gonna head back to a page saying send successful. So we're gonna be send successful, waiting for administrator approval or something like that. So I'm gonna get back to the what page am I gonna get back to? Let's head back to the shop page to the success. And although that ain't no good way like to write a success message up in the URL, right? And though that ain't no right way to do that, but we're gonna get to that. I probably thinking that's good for me. So we're gonna try to check out and see how it goes. As you can see, like from this page, it's been sent out to the checkout page, to the send page, which is this one we just created, we're working on, and it has a post method on it. So everything here is gonna be post. You see, post receive method and post as you get it, right? So I'm gonna take this one out. Alright, so we're good to go. This better work for real, fam. So let's check our database first. As you can see, our database is empty. Okay, so let's try and Peter. Okay, payment method we're gonna use on cash, bank, something like that. Let's just try it out and see if it works out. Card is empty. It's telling me card is empty. Check out. What just happened, fam? We are the checkout page. This seems like a bug. We are the checkout page. How could card be empty? Damn, how could card be empty, brother? That ain't no worries. You're gonna get back to it from scratch. You get it? So let's try to get back from scratch in it. But we're gonna head over to shop page, right? So we're gonna add these items. We're gonna increase it, increase. That's 10. 5 here, 5 each. 5 here, 5 here. So we're gonna try to check out, putting our name same as Peter Parker, bank, and send. Theta error. So access validation, you have an error in your MySQL, check syntax corresponding MariaDB and yeah. Alright, I've got an error. Perhaps I don't, they say line 1. Oh, the email comes first. Sorry, my bad. The email comes first, not the name. they're supposed to be in order. Yeah, I just learned that. I think within the same video, I just learned that they're supposed to be in order. So we've got email, we've got customer name, we've got payment, and we've got total price, which is CAC, yeah, something like that. So we're gonna check it out again. Still the same error. Alright, no worries. Syntax error, validation, variability. Yeah, values. Set into orders, email, customer name, total price. Alright, yeah. The command is supposed to be there. Success. It's working now, bravo. Bravo is working. Like, alright, let's get on to let's check our database if everything good out here. Boom! It did work. Just that I didn't like the information here wasn't saved. It wasn't safe. I'm guessing, okay, I'm thinking here was int. Yeah, it's made up of int, so you can't really take out figures. So I'm gonna change the structure from here. I'm gonna change the structure, so it ain't gonna be int. So I'm gonna leave it to varchar. That way you could take whatever elements, whatever character, string or whatever. So yeah, it is. I'm gonna change it to, yeah, as you can see, it's int. So we wouldn't use this no more. I'm gonna change it to varchar data type. Change. That's it. So let's try again one more time. I'm thinking like all of this, they're still in session because I didn't empty the session, right? So after this, I'm supposed to like empty session. Empty session. Gonna empty the session using onset session. That way everything gets to delete after information have been sent to the database. So let's do it again one more time. Check out. We're still gonna use the same Peter Poker. Let's check our card. Our card is empty, as you can see, right? It means empty session works. So we're gonna check our database if everything good out here. So we're gonna go to browse. You see, just that it's a way kind of different because it's supposed to be have to be in order because you wouldn't know what was and it's lacking something. Yeah, it's lacking because it's supposed to be, let's just say this is for the first item, which is, let's just assume that's Dell, right? That's Dell. And here is the second bit. The bracket didn't even get too close. It means it's lacking something. But at least we did something right. So I'm trying to figure out that, you know, when it comes to int, right? When it comes to database int, you don't really set the amount of figures. But when it comes to varchar, you've got to set figures like the minimum or maximum amount. I'm thinking like I didn't set the I don't know what's going on. Like, I've been trying to figure out something out here, but it ain't going through. Let's just try. Why don't we just try to like insert this thing like this? We know JSON or stuff like that, like this. More of this. Let's see how you gonna work out. We've got this. Let's try to add the other. We've got this. So both, which is Peter Poker, same Peter Poker. Let's check our database again. I've tried multiple times, but the same. An array is giving me an array. That's weird, you know. So we gotta try something else. JSON didn't work for me, so we're gonna try something else. It's stored in an array. So how are you gonna do it? Probably being stored in a form of two-dimensional array. Nevertheless, that ain't part of our deal for today. So what we gonna do next, right? Let's try that JSON code. Let's try it again. Probably this time might work out. I don't know what's actually wrong with this. Same thing happening. Like, can anyone tell me what could be wrong? I'm using JSON encode and it ain't going through. I don't know what I'm doing. I've tried multiple times. Let me just try to convert this thing into text. This data type, because this thing I'm seeing, I don't understand. Total price, varchar 11. So this thing is supposed to be more than this, not 11. Probably that's the reason it ain't going through, because that is suffering here in the technological space, brother. Let's try it again one more time. That's text data type. So let's insert data. Got the same Peter Poker. I just hope this last one works. Let's check out the database again. Let's go to browse. This work, man. Like, damn, brother. Like, the issue was there. I couldn't see it. That's it. I've got it all done. It means we've got RD2, right? We've got RD2, and we've got one product for RD2. Yeah, we've got RD one, we've got three quantities, my bad. One quantity here, three quantity here. But it wasn't easy, man. Like damn, the journey was probably hard for me, dog. So what we gonna do is right now, there ain't no much work to do. What we could do is we could just like tell AI to like, brother, we need this homepage. We need you to create a homepage for me. I need you to create a homepage for me. And so we're gonna tell AI like, I need you to create a homepage for me for all an e-commerce mini site, right? So you're gonna create a homepage, about page, and contact page, because I already did with the other pages. So what you're gonna do for me is you're gonna have to style it in a good mini way, a lightweight, probably some lightweight stuff like that. So just have to get a good view on something. But like my journey wasn't easy for real, fam.